Hi, this is Rene Martin for Absolute Telemark, and today we're gonna discover the 7 flaws of telemark skiing, or what is killing your telemark skiing.
Is it possible to improve dramatically your telemark technique by simply eliminating your main flaw? Throughout the 15 years I taught telemark, I came across the same problems, and I have divided them into 7 flaws. And if solving your main flaw will improve dramatically your telemark abilities, solving the 7 flaws will create this dynamic balance you need to ski better in all conditions. This is not something I have revealed in the past. Why? Well, it's always been my little secret. And because in a normal lesson, I only have a very limited time. And my approach in learning is that there's so many ways to telemark. But whatever your ways, your abilities, the 7 flaws remain. So we have created the Telemark Foundation. But more on that in a bit. Let's see what is flaw number 1. The first flaw is moving your back leg in the lead change. What is a lead change? The lead change is the moment where you transfer weight from one leg to the other. This will get the forward leg to lead the turn. So it happens in every kind of turn from the beginner to the advanced, and obviously this is really what defines telemark skiing. The flaw is bringing your foot backward. In the early stages, like shown here, I'm moving my back leg backward. Right here. And what happens is it creates a quick turn, and then my back leg is drifting through the turn, and I have no control over this back leg. First, it can be dangerous for your back knee, and also if I had to be unbalanced for a reason, I could not react as well. Obviously, it works, but I'm not as in balance as I could be. So you can see here that my back leg is unweighted, and most of my body position is over my front leg. So the real problem here is that the turn happens all at once at the beginning of the turn, creating a strong pivot, and after that I'm left just dragging and sliding throughout the turn in a traverse. Because of this strong pivot action, people are tempted to use this technique in the more advanced terrain such as mogul or powder. But more often than not, you're going to end up in the back seat like shown here. You can have a scissor-like motion, that's no problem. But you can't move your back leg backward. It will create too much of a spread. You need to bring back your foot under you and really weight equally on both feet. So this is a tree run I did last week, and conditions were not so great. There was an ice crust, and on top of that some really light powder, and I was not feeling confident. And on that last turn here, I almost lost balance and fell. So we're gonna try and see in slow motion. I will absorb one last bump right here, and then I almost fall inside, and you can see I'm really leaning. But what created this position is really that I tried to gain a faster pivot after that last bump to slow myself down, and that really created this off balance. So we don't see the end, but it wasn't pretty. So this is my friend Maryse, and she's just starting out telemark skiing. And I asked her if I could film her to show you guys the first flaw, which is really having a strong back leg moving backward movement. In slow motion, you can see that she has a nice low telemark position. That's perfect. She's preparing for a turn, and she's going to move her right leg backwards. And that's creating a really strong pivot in a short distance. So in real action now, we're going to focus what happens after the pivot. She is traversing across the slope, and there's no more slowing down. So it all happens in the pivot, and this period of slowing down is too short. So obviously it's working for Maryse right now, but when she's gonna try to go in faster or harder terrain, she's going to have difficulty to control her speed. Solving the first flaw. So my main exercises are to practice the split telemark in a forward movement. So I call this the lead change exercise. Really focus on bringing your foot forward and having a compact stance in between the turn. What I will focus on is having my legs really in a close together, really compact stance. Here, they're just too spread out. So I'm moving my leg forward, but I'm not having any up and down movement, and I'm not in a compact telemark position. So that's not good. To know if you've mastered this exercise, you can try without pose, looking ahead of you, hands high, and you need a lot of flexion, extension in between each lead change, and make sure that you keep your legs compact and that both feet are equally weighted. This is the same but in a traverse. This is an easy slope, but if I would go straight downhill, it'd just go too fast. So here, my last lead change of the traverse, I'm gonna go and do a slight turn uphill just to stop. And this is really gonna help people that have too much of an early back leg movement in their lead change. Last movement is uphill and bringing my leg forward in between each lead change. Then you can try Lincoln turns, and what's going to happen is just be patient in the fall line before you do your lead change. So in the next exercise, I will focus in the up and down movement. I will go really low and come back up really fast. Up. And the getting low part is really slow. I have to take my time to go low all the way through the turn. And you can see my knee is almost touching my ski here. And I'm really patient in the turn. This will make my turns more round, and this will contribute to slow my descent all the way through the turn. In powder, you can try going in an easy slope forward and be aggressive. You want to have your leg going forward, and I'm not turning. Having a scissor-like movement where in the lead change my feet are both moving forward and backward at the same time can speed things up. This is at least better than moving my back leg backwards, which would end up having a strong pivot, but falling in the back seat. So I always try to go and have a lead change where my leg is moving forward, or at least in my head. This is like a mindset that brings me to be more aggressive in the bumps. Even if at the end of the run, I know I've made a lot of scissor-like movement, which are not bad, but that's not what I'm aiming for. And this is really is a key for advancing in a more tight terrain, being aggressive, and holding your ground against all those moguls. So this was flaw number 1. I really hope you enjoyed it. During the next 5 weeks, we will see what are the 7 flaws. In the Telemark Foundation program, we will cover what is your main flaw and how to solve it. I will analyze your technique and give you specific exercises. And I will answer 2 of your questions with a tutorial just for you. The subscriptions are now live. Just follow the link below. This will be the most complete Telemark tutorial program ever made. So there's only a few spots left. So that's it for now, folks. I really hope you enjoyed this first flaw, and this is, just the beginning. For Absolute Telemark, this is Rene Martin.